If you're an online coach right now in 2025 and you have at least 2 clients, I'm sure that the problem that's holding you back is that you don't get enough sales calls booked for your business in order to have more clients. And I know that for a fact because I've been helping online coaches since 2019, so it's 6 years right now, and that's the main problem they have. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be really straightforward and redirect and give you something and some system that people aren't showing you that's really holding you back. So without further ado, let's get into the video, right? First of all, we need to address what's going on, right? So the old way of doing things is not working anymore. So the old model of booking calls or having a funnel or a system is that you were getting cold leads, right? So you were getting cold leads, and people right now are not buying the offer, right? Back then, people were buying the offer. Back then, people were buying your system, your way of doing things. Right now, people aren't buying your coaching program. They are buying you as a coach. So that's really important. And right now, if you use the old model, like doing a VSL or making just outreach emails, that's gonna be getting a lot of people out of your system because that generates little personal connection. And also right now in 2025, in the second half of 2025, the customer engagement is really low from all the coaches. So that's why the customer churn is becoming higher and higher and higher. So I don't want you to just feel bad about this. I just want you to understand what's going on. So if you have cold leads right now, if they are just buying your offer, if you don't have a connection with them, and if you don't engage with your customer, you will end up having a low lifetime value, a low LTV. And if you have a low lifetime value, people will be giving, of course, less money to your business, and you will have less money to spend on ads so that you can have your system working 24/7 for you. So that's the old model, but there's good news. And the good news is that I will present you the new model. So with the new model, you'll be able, and I'm not selling you anything here, so this is not a sales video or something like that. This is just for you to implement right now when you finish this video, right? So right now, with the new model, you can attract warm leads, not just attract, but nurture warm leads, not cold, but warm leads, and they will buy based on the trust they have towards you, right? So they will start trusting you as a coach so that then you can have a high personal connection with them, right? So that you can make a good engagement, and not just engagement in terms of having likes, comments, or whatever. You are really going to be the authority in the niche, and you are really going to be the go-to person for that potential customer. And that's really important because that way you will have a long life cycle. So what was going on before, that the lifetime value was low, with this system, the lifetime value will be higher and higher, so that it will make you more capable of spending more money on ads. So if you generate warm leads, attracting them with ads, if you build trust there in the bottom line, and then you have a faster connection, you will engage with them, they will become involved with you and with your system, and that way you can not only convert them into clients, but extend the life cycle of your client, right? So that's what's going on right now. This is only like the presentation so that you know what was working before and what's not working anymore right now, and what's working right now. So that being said, with the system I will show you, right, the goal is to have your calendar packed with booking calls, right? So with this system you'll be able to have like 10 to 12 booked qualified calls a day, right? So the goal of the objective of this system is gonna be the following, right? The objective is gonna be, let me tell here, yeah. The objective is gonna be to build that connection, to then schedule video calls so that you can sell your online service once and not only once, but all the time, without you going inside the system, right? So that's really important. So how do you do that? You do that by simply having a system that's working for you. So you build your audience, right? You build it. I will show you later on in this video how to exactly build your audience, right? But you will build your audience, then the audience will become will become your kind of friend, right? So you will establish credibility and rapport with them so that you can build trust, so that then you or your setter can schedule a call, and later on, and later on you'll be able to close those sales, you or your closer, whatever you have in your team. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, right? Let's get into the workflow. So the workflow is going to be the following, right? You will run ads, and I don't want you to just click out of the video because I said ads. Yes, you will run ads, but I will guarantee you 100% that the money you put on ads will be returned to you at least 2.5x. And I will show you that later in this video, so don't worry about it. So you will have ads, right? Mainly Instagram ads. Then you will have content to nurture those people that are coming from the ads. Then you will have a DM system with you or your setter, so that you can turn that trust into someone that can book a call, and then you can have a closer or you that makes that call a sale and a new customer for you, right? So let's get into that exact system I was telling you. So first of all, you will use, as I told you will use ads, right? Meta ads, but in this purpose, it's going to be Instagram. How will you do these ads to get followers? And yes, you will make ads to get followers, but don't get me wrong. With making ads to get followers, I don't want you to be viral, to be influencer or something like that. That's the worst thing that can happen to an online coach. I have several clients that came to me saying that they have a reel with 1.5 or 2 million views, and that's the worst thing that can happen to you. So you need to create really specific niche down reels, and you will find the best performing reels you have, and you will do our content repurposing for this. So if you have a reel that work really well, right, in your system, you will now repurpose that reel. You will change the hook, you will change the body, right? You will maintain everything the same, but you will change the hook so that you can get more followers. You will maintain more or less the body, but also include social proof, so someone that have a change with you with your system, or make a decision to work with you, and then his life change, or whatever you do as an online coach. And then include a new CTA that's gonna be a follow CTA, right? So you will be running follow ads with a really, really low budget. So don't worry, you can just spend like $5 to $6 in the beginning part of this cycle, but you will end up spending way more, because you will see that the return is gonna be so crazy. And I don't want you to just think that I'm saying numbers in the sky. These are numbers that I use with my clients, so they are able to see the results with their eyes. So you can expect to have a cost per follower that is less than $1, right? If you have a cost per follower with your follow ads that is less than $1, you're right. And the goal here is to grow a qualified audience. So that's really important. In the beginning of this video, I was telling you about booking calls, but I want you to know that you need to book qualified calls. It serves for nothing if you just go to a sales call with someone that is really cold and doesn't know anything about you and doesn't have trust in you. Because if that happens, that's going to be a really, really difficult sales call. So you need to grow an audience that's really qualified. And how do you do that? It's going to be what I will be explaining later on in just a couple of seconds here in the next parts of the funnel. But first of all, to understand this this cycle of the content, it's going to be, you're going to be running ads, then attracting those followers, then you will increase the engagement, but not only with likes, comment, or whatever. You will increase the engagement with the nurturing you will be doing for that potential customer, and then you will grow that audience to expand that overall audience size, and that way you will have also more authority in your niche, right? You don't want to be an influencer. You want to be someone that is trusted by your potential customer. And that's the most important thing is that, and that's what most of the people are getting wrong. You need to have an audience that really trusts you because you are the authority in your niche, right? You need to be the authority in your niche. So later on, what we'll get into is the content, right? So you will be making content not just for the sake of making content, but to nurture that audience that you already got from ads. So you're gonna make educational reels, daily stories. This is really important. You will be making story blogs and storylines. If you want to learn about this, I have several videos in the channel talking about this, so this video is not gonna be about it, but I don't want you to just put reels, but put a specific with on purpose reels, put storylines and story blocks on the stories, then success stories. This is really important. People that have a change with you, and also showcase your methodology. So how can you do this in a very practical manner? So you do short videos that educate your audience. So once again, I don't want you to be viral. I don't want you to have 1 million followers. I want you to make content that is going to be relatable to your potential customer, and that's really important, right? It needs to be relatable. Then you're going to be, as I told you, posting daily stories, and here you will be using story blogs and storylines. So that way the people can engage with you, and they can see your story, not just your Instagram story, but your own story and your client's story, so that they can feel relatable to that. And then you can start using those success stories to make them know that your system, your program, and you as a coach really works, so that then you can showcase your methodology to them, and you can just put a CTA so that they can send a DM with you. And that's gonna bring us to the next part, which is the DMs, right? So you or your setter, it will depend on the amount of money you're making. If you're making, I always say, if you're making more than 5 to 6K, you definitely need to have a closer and a setter, right? A setter is just someone that handles conversation for you in the DMs, and it's just commission based, so don't worry about giving him any money, because you will only be giving the money that he already made for your business, so no problem. So in the DMs, you will have natural messages, right? You will make a quick diagnosis of that person, of the problem that person have, and if you can really help that person achieve their desired outcome, you will be inviting them to book a video call. So you initiate the DM, right? First of all, you initiate the DM, then you engage with a purpose with that follower that talked to you in the DM. You or your setter schedule a call, and then you conduct that call to execute that effectively and be able to get the sale. And how do you do that is gonna be the next step. So for the video call, and I can tell you a lot of things and a lot of methods to close the sale in the video call. I can make another video about that, but here I want to tell you the exact only 3 things you need to do in order to have those booked calls turn into clients. And you only need these 3 things, and I will explain you why. So you only need to validate the need that person has, show the solution you have for that need, and then close the sale. Why am I so sure that you only need these 3 things? Because we did all the system here. We did the ads, we did the content on purpose, we did the nurturing, we did the DM conversations, building that trust, and also engaging with those people with their real problem, that when they go to a call, they just need to know that you are the person that they want help from, because they have a need. They told you to have a need. So if they want that solution, you just show them, and if they really have that need and they really trust you, they will buy from you. 100% they will buy from you, right? But, and this is really important, I need you to understand something. And I need you to understand that the conversion cycle doesn't end here. And this is where most of the people leave money on the table, right? You need to understand that not everyone will buy from you. If everyone was buying from you, you will be really lucky, and you will be really rich with almost no effort. But that doesn't work that way, right? So people need to trust you, and then when they trust from you, they book a call and they buy from you. But there's also problems they have. They maybe have monetary problems. There's maybe a need to talk with their wife or whatever. So if that doesn't happen, if the call doesn't book the client, or even the DM doesn't get through them, or even they don't book the call, you need to understand that the conversion cycle doesn't end there. Right? So if it doesn't end there, you need to once again nurture those people. So it's really important that you understand that if the sale doesn't go right, it doesn't end there. You need to then start to nurture them again so that they can book the call once again, right? So we're here in the minute 15:26 in this video. First of all, congratulations to get through this minute, because if you apply this, you will be way ahead of your rivals, so to speak, right? But I want you to also understand that you can also automate this with AI if you want. So I have different workflows working. For example, I have this workflow that I have an AI agent is working with ChatGPT directly that can identify that person's needs and that can book a call with them depending on the temperature of that lead. And I also use something different, like I've shown you this so that you can have a system that works for you every time to nurture those people. But if you don't just want to nurture them and you just want to send cold emails, because maybe you are an online fitness coach, maybe you are a nutritionist, or maybe you are just a consultant, right? Maybe you are just a consultant that wants to help other coaches scale. So if that's your case, you can just steal this from me. So I have an 9 a.m. Workflow working that at 9 a.m. every single day, it can book appointments so that it can have the AA agent working from them and sending outbound emails. I do that with Retail AI, but you can do that with whatever software you use, so that you can send 100 to 150 daily emails without you doing anything. And if you close just one of them and you sell that for, I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 a month, you made all your money back, because the only expense you have here is going to be NAN, which is like $28 or something like that, right? And maybe the Retail AI that it's $9. So it's gonna be nothing, right? I'm not selling you this. Of course, I'm not selling you just to sign up to NAN. But to be honest, if you want me to apply this or maybe even more in your business, I'm gonna be so clear with you. I'm not taking any more clients, one-on-one clients nowadays, because I only work with people that are making at least 10K, not just for the sake of being 10K, because I can't charge less than 1.5 or 2K a month, because it's not really profitable for me if I don't do that. So I have that closed. But if you want a consultation one-on-one with me, I can do that, and I've been doing that for the past 2 months. So if you're an online coach struggling to scale, we can do a really simple deal, and this is it's bonkers for you. Like, it's so cheap. I can go 2 hours inside your business. We can go and hop in a Zoom call here, one-on-one, and I can do a consultation of 2 hours for you, and also give you guidelines and a plan for the next 3 months, so that you can apply that into your business. And this, let me tell you, is really cheap. And I will tell you the price, because it's ridiculous, to be honest, right? So I can be 2 hours working with you with just $450, right? So needless to say that it is incredibly cheap, right? So if that's something you are looking to do, or maybe you want me to help you with specific things, you can do that booking a call in the link below, or maybe just go to my YouTube channel and put in the bio. You can just click in the link, and if not, it's calendly.com/scalewithander/call. That's it, right? So without further ado, I hope you found this video really interesting. And it's not even 20 minutes. I will close it before 20 minutes. See you in the next one, or see you in the consultation call. Bye bye.